This whole thing has been going on back when January the 6th happened. This was what the left, they were so excited about January the 6th. They pretend to be afraid, but they're not afraid. They were never in danger. But they love to look at this, what they call an insurrection, incorrectly based on the way it turned out. But they love to look at this as Trump and his supporters out of control. The right, they're out of control. They're insurrectionists and all of this. And there were some people thinking in the beginning, we talked about this as one of the theories, did these Trump supporters, and even to a degree Trump himself, simply fall into a trap that was set quite smoothly in great detail by the left so that this was likely to happen? So that's gone back and forth. Tucker Carlson has shared a new January 6th some video footage showing Capitol cops escorting QAnon Shaman. I remember him to the Senate floor.
The guy with the horns on.
Yeah, and so we will look at this and we'll just let it speak for itself. So here's courtesy of Fox News and Tucker Carlson.
Dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us in this building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th.
So the Capitol Police are the ones who let them in, and he's thanking God in prayer for the police allowing them inside the Senate.
Very strange. Very strange.
A man with horns on his head walking around, and of all people, you're leading around giving him a tour.
They wanted them in, guys. They wanted to let them in. They wanted it to happen, and then it happened, and then they keep pointing to it over and over and over again to show how bad conservatives and people on the right and white people and people that voted for Trump are. They wanted it to happen. We said that from the beginning. And I didn't realize there was so much footage that has not been released
I didn't
yet.
either.
And it just keeps coming out. No wonder they didn't want it out.
That's it.
I don't know how you can watch this footage and hear him thanking the police for their help of letting them in, and the police are around them the whole time.
Rick, 9 officers at one point standing, and there was
Trying like tour guides,
trying to find a door for them to get in that was open.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's bizarre, guys.
And I mean, it is what it is. That's not a political statement. I mean, you can see the footage for yourself. It's there. And I don't know how anyone else would explain. It's obvious that these Capitol Police did not think these people were
at least him
looking good.
Yeah.
Well, if you look when they get in there, there's a bunch of them in there. Right. I mean, they all got in the same door.
So he walked in behind him. Why would he not grab
There's
him?
There's a guy already
sitting
in there. Look, he's got his cell phone out, and he's saying, "Thank you, I'm good." The police asked him if they're okay, and
a guy got hit by a plastic bullet that's sitting there on the phone, and then this officer is like, "Hey guys, I'm just making sure you're not disrespecting the place. This is like the most sacred place ever."
Yeah,
and that's what the police officer says to them.
How about, "Hey guys, let's get out of here. Y'all, come on, let's don't be in here." Something like that.
Yeah. What about don't be in here?
Yeah.
And what they're saying is just behave in here.
And Speedy mentioned some footage that came out, I guess, a month or two ago, where there's a Capitol Police officer saying they set us up. They set us up. This is a setup. There's not enough people here. There's not enough police here to stop these people from getting in. This is a obvious coordinated setup. Guys, I listen to, and I'm not proud of this, but I listen to NPR when I'm in my car sometimes.
I figured.
We all have things we're not proud of, buddy. Don't be hard on yourself.
But in truth, I really want to see what is being said on the other side of
It's
things.
actually wise to do that.
And I'll never forget how they covered this January 6th thing. They called it the deadly insurrection at the Capitol. They're politicizing just the title, the deadly insurrection at the Capitol. That's what they called it over and over again. Just so you know, it was deadly and it was an insurrection. I mean, it's just such a joke how much they've blown this thing up. And look, I said right after it happened, it wasn't a good thing. I didn't support it. It's going to look terrible for a very, very, very long time. And we've seen that happen. But they let it happen, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I mean, I thought that if you tried to get in the Capitol building, especially with senators in there conducting business, that you would be shot to pieces with machine guns. You know, they have machine gunners there.
Well, we shot one person. And if I'm that person's family, I go, look, I mean, I get you going through a window, you're putting yourself at risk.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the rest of the officers are giving people tours. Why did you shoot her? You know, these other officers, they were giving people tours of the whole place.
And
It's very strange.
The whole gang that was with them was like, whoa, hey, somebody just got shot and stopped. It wasn't, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And didn't it show, was it Brian Sicknick, the officer that died of a heart attack after, or was natural causes or something like that? Right. There's also footage of him just walking around after the supposed interaction out front where they came through, and he seemed fine. He was walking around.
Is that the one that at first they claimed was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher?
Come to find out, he actually went into cardiac arrest.
Right.
Yeah.
And Biden had that whole tribute to him, like as if Biden cares about police officers. Give me a break.
Well, if he does, they have a hard way of showing it. So there you go. I mean, that was one of those things you weren't allowed to say in the beginning. Now, do people have to take responsibility for falling for the trap?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you know.
But was the trap set? It looks strongly that it was. Top of the hour.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.